Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Um, Today is all about weddings and event lighting and how to to generate revenue in what is the Christmas light off season. And we have Daniel presenting this today. Daniel, I think, as all of you know, is the founder of Big Star Lights and has been in this industry for more than 15 years now, and is widely experienced in decorative lighting, both in the wintertime, but also in the summertime, and has developed a lot of products to help with summertime lighting for weddings and events. So he's going to dive into that today. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to you, Daniel.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, it's a great topic to get into. I'm excited about it. Summer lighting, it was never really a thing before COVID. Since COVID occurred, it definitely launched it. And it became one of our fastest growing categories, actually. So it's something that is in demand, and there's a great opportunity to capitalize on that. So let's talk a little bit about how to break into the wedding and event lighting business. We're going to get into what the opportunity is. We'll talk about the types of events we can consider. We'll talk about the types of customers that we should talk to, because there are good ones and there's actually some bad ones. And we'll talk also, obviously, the reason why we should get into this space. And then we'll get into a bit of the products. We'll talk about different mini light options that are great in the summer, the retrofit bulbs that are great for the summer, weddings and events, and the accessories to light them. And we can touch a little bit on the custom decor as well. At the end, I'd like to just touch on marketing and sales tactics or strategy, which will help to close deals in this space. We'll have time for questions at the end. So obviously, it goes without question, the first opportunity is in weddings. Wedding is a massive market, the wedding services market. This is the US stats, but it's $182 billion. That's the market size in just the USA. And it's experiencing growth right now. It's really healthy growth in around 13%, or between 2024 and 2030. In terms of the actual lighting portion of the market, or lighting market, which includes weddings, that right now is seen at about a $41 billion market in 2024, and that's growing modestly at 3%. So what does that mean? It means that there's opportunity in this space, and you'll be able to grow with it. So let's talk about how or what types of customers are you want to approach in the wedding arena. And there's really three main ones. There's wedding venues. So these are your halls, possibly hotels, elaborate restaurants. So they are obviously very protective of their properties. And what I strongly recommend is approaching these venues in your community where weddings are often held, and they're pretty easy to find, and talking to the property manager or the event coordinator and offering 3 packages to decorate the space, and ask if you can become a preferred vendor. And quite often they'll appreciate that, because you'll get to know the space, become intimate with it, know what you're allowed to hang lights from, and what you're not allowed to hang lights from. And so it becomes a really harmonious relationship with the wedding venue. So in offering 3 packages that then they can offer to their customers, and you'll become a preferred vendor. Now, there's another category. Of course, you could sell directly to the wedding party, and this takes a bit more work. It's a lot more personal to them. So there's a lot of back and forth. There's also a lot more opportunity if things go sideways, just because it is so personal to them. So just something to be wary of, that you can get a lot of tire kickers as well when working directly with the wedding party. Of course, watch out for the bridezillas out there as well, because they do exist, speaking from personal experience. There are also your wedding planners. these are pretty switched on people that you want to reach out to. They love striking relationships with preferred vendors, and you get in a good relationship and have a good experience at one event with one wedding planner. It almost always translates into additional events. So and they're a pretty tight-knit community as well, so they're going to recommend you to other wedding planners as well. So I strongly recommend reaching out to your wedding planners in your community and telling them what you have to offer. Another opportunity is festivals. It's not just Christmas that we can celebrate with decorative lighting. It's Chinese New Year. There's Independence Day, Canada Day. There's lots of cultural festivals as well going on in these the communities. There's food festivals is a good one, and even music festivals. And so, people you want to talk to break into these spaces are, your city. Quite often they'll put up for tender if they're looking to light up a large area. So there'll be a space on their website where they'll post, or you can, if there isn't, contact the purchasing department and ask to be put on the list to be contacted for anything to do with lighting. And that's how you can get some pretty big projects under your belt. There's also the business improvement associations, which are all published as well. Reach out to them. Quite often they put a lot of these street events on. And then, of course, you've got your festivals and talking to the organizers. They're pretty hard to reach, these people, the organizers of those. But, if you talk to enough people, eventually be led in the right direction. Patios is another great opportunity. And, it isn't just, there's a lot of different patios out there. You've got your restaurant patios, hotels, business centers have a lunch area, or run events in the evening. Golf clubs and yacht clubs and tennis clubs, any kind of sports club really, they all have patios that they really like to use in the summer months. And as well as some stratas as well. They'll have common areas where the homeowners will gather in the evenings. So patios and homes, they're really easy to light. It doesn't take a lot of lights to tastefully decorate a space. And let's get into kind of why people would consider decorative lighting. Obviously, it looks beautiful and it sets the atmosphere of the occasion, much more effective than, say, fluorescent lights hanging from a ceiling of a hall somewhere. The decorative lights really add an ambiance that it creates it really facilitates celebration. That's the word I'm looking for. You want to create magic, and as I mentioned, it's very cost effective. For $500, you can very tastefully decorate a backyard and essentially double the living space of that home or property. So it has a really good return on investment for the homeowner or the property owner. Summer decor, such as string lights, are really easy to take down and remove. So if you do want to have it up seasonally, it's not an arduous task. And it really has a positive effect on the property, and again, just really setting the mood there. And of course, as a business owner, it's going to provide you with off-season revenue. And what I love about summer decor is that it has this, what I call a flywheel revenue effect. So somebody that you sell summer decor to is a very high likelihood of purchasing Christmas lights from you later, once the holiday season comes around. If you have another service like window cleaning, home detailing, pressure washing, or lawn care, pest control, whatever it is, it's another opportunity to show your dedication to service of the property as well. So summer decor is a really good, what I call, flywheel revenue effect. Just because you sell, say, several $100s in lights, it doesn't stop there. You're going to end up with additional revenue, or most likely end up with additional revenue as well if you provide a good service. Summer decor too, when people hang out in areas with summer decor, there's a really good chance they're talking at the same time. And a topic of conversation is going to be like, where did you get the lights from? Who put them up? What a great idea. I would love to consider this for my place. So word of mouth spreads very, very quickly when it comes to decorative lighting, especially in spaces where people are already talking to each other. So let's get into the products a little bit. We've got, we've got a really great summer collection, which I'll touch on, and we offer mini lights that are themed around different occasions. Diwali, Canada Day, Independence Day, Valentine's Day. We've got lights for those as well. These all make great touch points throughout the year. So this is a great excuse to communicate to your customer, to send out an email or text saying, hey, you got this really great lights for this occasion. And it keeps you at top of mind throughout the year. And then, of course, once it comes to the holiday season, you're still at top of mind and you're going to close some holiday lighting sales. Again, it has that flywheel effect. Oh, has anybody ever seen this? This is this is a tree that's become scarred and is probably going to die here within the next year or two. What happens is, oh, somebody else is presenting right now. Let's fix that. Somebody took over my screen. Let's try that again. So the yeah, so this tree is going to probably die, and just because it's becoming strangled with these lights because they left it up year round. So we came up with this stretchable string, which actually grows up to 20% as the tree grows. It's in brown wire, so it blends in with the tree, and it's a really great option for leaving lights up year round. Obviously, just in this type of style where you're using trunk or brown trap, or even the style that's behind me, it's overkill if you're using just canopy wraps, or if it's seasonal. But if it's being left up year round, it's a really great option. Slow Twinkle is a light we've had for a few years, and I don't think enough people know about it. This is lights that have this very slow, mesmerizing twinkle that mimics fireflies. We have them at 24-inch spacing, so you can get a nice random placement of lights in the trees or shrubs. I think they look really great around patios that have trees or shrubs nearby. Curtain lights is popular for weddings. They offer a really beautiful backdrop, and how they work is we have these power chains that you can hang across the top here, and then you can drop the mini lights from them. So it makes installation really quick and easy. Then we've got retrofit bulbs. So these are bulbs that you can replace or put into sockets. And there's really 5 main bulbs to consider for weddings. We've got our G20 and G30, which probably a lot of you are familiar with. It's often used for holiday decor. And then we've got this one here, which is a larger G50 bulb, and it uses a U filament on the inside, so it really mimics the look of incandescent lights. Yeah, it's a beautiful shaped bulb, and it screws into your E17 base. And then, of course, we have the S14 bulbs, which is your again an Edison style bulb that screws into your E26 base, which is your classic base that you often find inside most homes. And then we have this beautiful ST64, which has a spiral filament on the inside. And this one we have available in 120 volts or in 5 volts as well. I'll explain how great that can be here in a moment. So here's another look at that ST64 bulb with the beautiful spiral there. We sell these mason jars too, which you can place the bulbs in and hang them from a pennant. We also have these shades which make great accents. You can attach these shades onto your E17 or E26 bases, and it just provides a really nice effect as well. They're available in brown, black, or white. Yeah, so here's those pendant lights. So you basically, the bulb just screws into the pendant. There's a lid which gets screwed onto the mason jar, and you can hang it from the wire. We've got these ones that have a jute string as well, which is really attractive. And for the reason why we offer the 5-volt option is because we have a battery pack that can be used to power it. So without much effort, you can take what we call our easy peasy hook, and you can hang that from the battery pack from it, just from the ground, by using your pole. And without climbing ladders, you can hang pendants all over the place in a tree. And so it's a great option for you. And you don't have to run tons of wire and stuff. So for a one-night event like a wedding, it's a really great option. This one I'm really excited about. It's our post system. As you can see here, we've got this large 12-foot post with a tank at the bottom, and that tank can be filled with water or sand, and it becomes a really effective way to temporarily hang lights. You can even do it permanently. We offer lots of different options for these post systems. This one goes into the grass through this auger system. We've got stakes again that have augers, and these are really, really strong systems. The post is made out of 2mm steel, so it's very stiff. We've got options for bolting these into decks for something that's more permanent as well. Or can even go into concrete using concrete bolts. Back to this turf anchor, it's been cleverly designed so that it has this plate on the top. So when you put the post into the ground, obviously this plate would be pointing in the direction that the lights are trying to pull the post over in. And so it will prevent the post from, the auger from pulling out of the ground. And that behaves like a cantilever on the surface of the ground. The post systems rent out. You can rent them out, and it can be very lucrative as well. So we sell. I should go back here. We sell a package of 10. If you want to get into renting these out, so the package includes 10 turf anchors, 10 posts, 10 tanks, 10 of these guy lines, 10 decking plates, and 10 stakes. So it gives you lots of options when you go to decorating events. And so let's take a look here what a business model might be for renting these out. The 10 post system in the US, we sell for $2,900. Let's say that 100 feet of lights cost $150 with the accessories. So let's say that your costs are about $3,000 per event. One weekend or even one night, you can rent these posts out. We've seen $65 a post, and lights maybe $1 a foot. So if I add all these up, your revenue on the lights and accessories is about $750. Your labor, maybe you might charge out, say, $500 for showing up and installing this. It go up very, very quickly. You're probably looking at around $1,250 per event, just in lights and labor. So you can pay it off very, very quickly and then some. So it's a really lucrative model, or lucrative product, I should say. So if you do plan on getting into weddings, having this in your inventory is a clever way to generate off-season revenue. Marquee signs. This is a custom feature that we're offering. We're going to be coming out in the near future a category page that has where you can order directly from our website different letters, but we do make them on a custom basis. It's about it's probably about 4 to 6 week lead time for us to get these in, and they they make for really beautiful photograph moments or Instagram moments at weddings and other events as well. Here's some that we've done before. And we can get them in any, pretty much any size as well. We'll often make them with those G50 bulbs that I showed you earlier, or we can also make them with our large letters. We'll use the S14s. When it comes to marketing, really focus on your golden cohort. Okay, so for example, what a golden cohort means, let's say for weddings, for example, these would be your wedding planners and your venues. These are the people you really want to speak with because you have a higher chance of closing the job, and it's probably going to lead to other jobs as well, in a much faster pace than, say, working directly with the wedding parties. So really focus on your golden cohort, and you can contact obviously your existing customers, email them photos, and I'll send you well, I'll show you here at the end here. We're going to send you some a white label, almost like a catalog or a lookbook that you can use to showcase the lights. But we can send you by email photos of what the lights look like. Again, this is a very visual industry, and you can talk about how great lights look, and describe it to them, in 10 different ways, but nothing will speak louder than photos, because with a really great photo, they will begin to actually, they'll get a really good understanding of what the job, or sorry, what the experience is going to be like when they're finished working with you. And if it's a really beautiful photo, they may even start to feel what it is they're going to feel when they're finished working with you. So photos are really important to include in those emails. Text photos to them as well. And, like basically every touch point you should have, always try to include at least one photo. Not too many, 3 might be a bit much, but at least 1 or 2. And of course, just call them, your existing customers. One thing that I've come to realize over the past few years is how much we've all come accustomed to leaning on using social media or Google AdWords for marketing. Like if you really want more business, just ask. I'm not sure when the last time you actually asked a customer for more business. A lot of people don't do that. So, when you close a sale, you don't even have to do the work yet. When you close a sale, just ask them, not do you know anyone else? Ask who are 6 people who could also use the service. And then they'll start thinking, okay, maybe my mother-in-law, my brother, oh, my coworker, my friend, oh, my high school buddy, my neighbor down the street. And then they're like, great, here's my cell number. Do you mind making a 3-way text message right now? And I'll talk to them and get them set up. And that's how you can get more business very quickly. So if you want more business, just ask for it and really leverage those referrals. Another great marketing tactic or strategy is wedding trade shows. And you don't even have to have a booth at it. You can just show up to it and just walk the aisles and start talking. There'll be obviously wedding planners there, and you can start talking to them. And there'll be, just really network on those shows. And, it costs nothing, just your time to walk those aisles, and you'll most likely get some business out of it as well. So find out when your next wedding trade show is, and I encourage you to just go there and walk the aisles and just talk with your business card and, maybe this catalog that we're going to send you as well. As I mentioned before, sales is all about, looks. You have to communicate that. What you need to understand is that you're not actually selling decorative lights here. You're selling two things. You're selling a look and you're selling a convenience. And the better you're able to communicate those two things, the higher likelihood you will be of closing the sale. If you can communicate that better than any of your competitors, you're going to win the hearts, minds, and the wallets of that customer every single time. So how do you communicate look? Well, obviously, as I mentioned, photos, photos, and photos, more photos, especially if you can include photos with people in them. People enjoying the lights, smiling with the lights, interacting with the lights. Because when people see that, they naturally will put themselves in the shoes of the person in that photo, enjoying the lights, and of course, they'll begin to get the feels. So use stunning photos that really resonate with the customer. And you need to understand that, light decor, it's an emotional purchase. People don't need lights, they want lights. So it's really critical that you learn their why they're putting on this event. Who's at the event, what's important about the event. And you might be able to design or, change the design to meet that why. And when it comes to sales, like I've tried before to sell through emails and phones, and it's nowhere near as effective as selling decor in person. You really do need to get out there, as much work as it is, and sell lights in person with the lights in hand. Show them the lights, let them feel the lights, let them see the color, let them see what color temperature it is. And that's really the only way they're going to get an understanding, and you'll be able to do a much better job at communicating their value proposition. As you know, we offer display cases for holiday lights. That's what this is here. You rock up to a consultation with one of these in hand, and you can open it up, plug it into a wall, and it lights up. So if you have one of these already, great. You can take all the multicolor stuff out of it, and you can put in some warm white decor, different types of bulbs and things like that in there to be able to show them. I don't have it here. Next slide, I'll show you some of the things that you can put inside it. So, in summary, this is a very fast growing, it's a growing and very lucrative business, especially when it comes to rentals, because you own them and it's repeat revenue on that same product over and over again. So once you get to the third or fourth rental, it's just cash in your pocket. Really focus again on your golden cohort or your ideal customer, and then leverage your existing customers as well. Like I said, if you want more business, just ask for it. Summer or wedding decor has this often leads to other work for the holidays, particularly. So any effort you put into marketing or ground game or doing consults now, even if you don't win it now, and especially if you do, it's probably going to translate into holiday decor revenue later in the year. Build an inventory of rental assets as well, and these will include your retrofit bulbs, some mini lights, and as mentioned, that 10 post system as well is a really good one to keep on hand for building that revenue. And honestly, you can, if you're not renting it out, just throw it up in your own backyard and enjoy it. Yeah, and just again, really lean into the photos. If I haven't hit it home yet, you need to leverage photos for sales and marketing. And so we can help with that. What I'll do is we'll send a follow-up email to everybody who's signed up for this webinar, and in it will be a white label catalog. Let's see if I can find it here. Here it is. I'm just gonna share this tab here. This is something that Jessica put together and did a lovely job of. It's not branded to BSL, but it has photos, descriptions of options, talks about all the different summer products like the Edison bulbs in here, the G50s, and it even mentions, it talks about each of their value propositions as well. So we'll include that to you, or we'll include that in the email, and you can use this for helping market your the products as well. So here's the, let's see here, the 10 post system. So on our website, just search 10 post decorators kit, and that'll come up there, so you can order one of those. And then we also sell the summer sample kit as well. This doesn't come in a fancy display box, but it has all the common products that we spoke about today, one of each. And you can consider placing those in the plastic hard case holiday display kit if you want. So this is a great box to take into your consultations with you. And what we're going to do here is for the next month, so up until March 30th, we're going to put these two items on sale. So the 10 post decorators kit and the summer sample kit will be available to you at 20% off if you use the code summer 2025. And I encourage you to take advantage of that. And then obviously, lastly, we'll send you a link to the marquee signs as well, which is a great add-on. Again, it's about we don't stock the marquee signs. It's about a 4 to 6 week lead time, but it's a great option or a great upsell to, especially for weddings, as people try to create those lovely Instagram moments. And I'm just gonna go here. This is our lighted sculpture page. I'm just gonna share this. And this is some of the seasonal decor, but these are all things that that we offer as well on a custom order basis. So I encourage you to have a look through there. Okay. All right, so we'll open this up for questions. I think I've got everything here. Yeah, I'll stop sharing now. Does anybody have any questions on summer lighting, summer decor? No, fantastic. I think we hit all the spots here. All right, so I just want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. And of course, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me. And I encourage you to pick up at least the sample kit and play around with the lights, plug them in, see how they look, get some photos. If you got if you have your own backyard patio, think about hanging some stuff up there for your next barbecue. I know it seems a far away, especially with the people out east right now who are grappling with the snow. But it's a great expense you can write off. Okay.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, everybody, and thanks, Daniel. And yeah, our next webinar will be in March, and you'll hear about that soon. And thanks for joining us today.
All right. Have a great evening, everyone.